everybody, and welcome back to episode number 74 of the 3 Count Out podcast. We are back from Colossal Con, and there is a lot to talk about this week and a lot that happened while Jackal and I were spooning in a bathtub.
Keep it rolling, and from the top.
We're going to keep it rolling, and we're just going to cut it right there. Joining me this week, as always, Jackal Joker and Mike. Jackal, we spooned in a bathtub. How you feeling?
I have a camel toe. My name is Jackal Joker. I am Jackal. There it is.
Strong start.
We're out of practice.
I was watching you guys through the cameras I planted on you.
Oh my God, we're all flubbing.
All right, now we're all. Yeah, now this one's definitely staying.
Take a break.
Now it's definitely staying. It's been a while. It's been a while since we've been able to talk.
I think I got the Minecraft poison curse of chlamydia and sickness from watching Minecraft Steve versus Blue's Clues Steve go one on one at Colossal Con, dude.
Coming to the 3 Count Out YouTube channel sometime soon, so make sure that you're subscribed. And if you're over on Spotify, hit the follow button, and let us know
5
who
stars.
you think's gonna win. Steve versus Steve. Who do you got?
It was a 5-star match, just like how this program is a 5-star program. If you leave a review with a comment, I will make Mike read it out live on air next episode.
Ooh.
Not me.
I gotta learn how to read.
Yeah, well, that's the that's
trade-off.
the first issue.
Yeah.
That's the trade-off. What is he trading off to get the power to read?
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
Oh God. I am this is the first time in about a calendar week where I'm not intoxicated and my body does not know what to do with itself.
Yeah, I don't know how to handle this feeling.
And I think one thing that isn't making our situation any better, if we're being honest with ourselves, is knowing that as of 2 days ago, we lost a legend. We lost a legend, and in turn made tens of hundreds of homophobes very mad on Twitter in the process.
We did.
Very, very, one of the most viral tweets from the 3 Count Out podcast so far.
We want truth. We want truth. They can't silence our chants. They're raw.
We want
truth. We want truth.
He shouldn't have done it to us gays at the beginning of Pride Month, damn it. If you haven't heard, in case you live under a rock, as of June 1st, we are recording on June 3rd, the WWE will not be, they have chosen not to renew R-Truth contract when it comes up in about, I think they said, 90 days left-ish?
Yeah, something like that. And he's not the only name that was coming out this weekend either. The guy who just collected a paycheck by doing nothing, Carlito, he's out. His contract is up in 2 weeks. He's out. And Gunther has removed all WWE stuff from his Twitter, and The Miz has removed all WWE stuff from his Twitter, and The Miz's contract is also up soon. So it seems like WWE is going through and fucking clearing house. Maybe this is the trade-off for getting Penta and Rey Fenix and Aleister Black and Miro and Jeff Cobb, and maybe this is the trade-off here. They got to get that money somewhere.
Me and Era were talking about this when we were at Colossal Con, but I wanted to get Mike's opinion on the matter at least. In the usual post-Mania spring cleaning, I think we can all agree that it was 100% women getting released, and also Braun Strowman as well. Yeah. So I do think there's going to be another wave of people that are going to be let go. And unfortunately, as much as we love him, and even if he was, a part of Saturday night's main event, doing one of John Cena's final matches, R-Truth is closer to 60 than any other age, unfortunately. So it does make sense. Carlito has done absolutely nothing ever since returning to help out Bad Bunny against Damian Priest 2 years ago. And he's just sort of been the goofy, ha-ha Judgment Day character alongside the other old, goofy, ha-ha Judgment Day character. Gunther, that one's interesting to me because I do still think that plans are for a Gunther he who shall not be named SummerSlam match. So I'm curious to see what happens there. I think out of everyone you listed, he's the most likely to still be sticking around because of course. Yeah. And Miz, again, he's great, but he's just the guy you have your first feud with to propel other he's like what Baron Corbin was to WWE like 3 years ago is the Miz now, you know?
I consider him more not the I need to be involved in everything side, but he's more the way Jericho was before he left WWE, where they were like, "Oh man, we need to elevate this thing that's failing. Put the Miz in it. He can act better than the rest of these people. He'll at least make it interesting. He'll get some eyes on it."
We'll see. We'll see. Time will tell because a lot of this stuff is happening as we speak, and it's currently ongoing because, boy, oh boy, TKO is really trying their damnedest to make sure that they get as much money out of the WWE as possible. Christ. With it being started at Saturday night's main event, which took place a little bit ago, but since we haven't exactly been around since then, what exactly happened? As quick and concise as we can get it.
Yeah, so as quick and concise as we can get it, we started off the night with a tag team match, American-made Brutus and Julius Creed going up against LWO. We'll talk about them later. But American-made won because, of course, it's the LWO. Of course, American-made won. Then we had another tag team match, Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker defeating CM Punk and Sami Zayn with the reveal of the third man for the Naughty Boys. You can go ahead and add a Bronson Reed on that pile of meat.
Only thing good to come out of that night.
And might I say, Bronson Reed looking leaner than ever. He is ready to beat some shit.
Which is a weird thing to say about a wall.
A very weird thing to say about a wall, but a very scary. That's like you look at him and you're like, somehow you're still just as big, but I can tell it's all muscle. And it's crazy. Then we had a singles match for the WWE Women's United States Championship. Zelina Vega, your reigning defending United States Women's Champion, defeating Chelsea Green. So a little rematch. It was a good match. Not really a lot to write about. Chelsea Green did get busted open, I think. Some people were saying it was fake. Some people were saying it wasn't. Zelina went for a 619, kind of like got caught a little bit, and then just threw a real kick in her face. I think she broke her nose for real, because there was a second kick in there that looked pretty fucking real.
Yeah, she bopped her on the nose pretty good. And busted her nose open.
And listen, Rey Mysterio has fucked up the 619. Dominic Mysterio has fucked up the 619. Stephanie McCure fucks up the Tiger Feint kick. It happens. It's a complicated move. It's still, I think she saved it by throwing that second kick and hitting her for real. I think that's a save. Was it intentional? Probably not. But I thought it was I thought it was nice. You know, every once in a while where something like that happens, you're like, oh wait, they actually saved it, and they show that hey, it can be dangerous, and it kind of gives it a little bit more oomph when she does it now. I mean, obviously when she does it the right way, it's going to be a whole hell of a lot safer. But she's also busted somebody open with it. Anyway, then after that, we talked about him earlier. We got Ron Cena versus John Cena, trying to turn John Cena back to the light, and unfortunately, that did not happen. John Cena defeated R-Truth in a non-championship match, and I guess sent R-Truth packing. I don't know.
No, not Ron.
R-Truth did come out with a towel that said "The last time is now," and it said the Ron Cena retirement tour on his shirt. Did he know? I don't know, but people are speculating. Then there was a wonderful steel cage match with a shitty ending. Damian Priest defeating Drew McIntyre. Damian Priest hit a concerto on Drew McIntyre, and then walked out the cage door. And the governor, Jesse the Body Ventura, was on commentary for this one. Turns out back in his day when it was the blue cage, they didn't have doors. So he didn't know that you could just fucking walk out of it. Maybe they should have told him the rules. Maybe he should watch the product. Maybe he should have watched any cage match in the past fucking decade. Prepare? Nah, just do it.
So
I like this match up until he walked out.
Yeah, I actually like the addition of. Granted, he shouldn't have been like, I didn't know you could do that. Him saying that's a bitch way to go.
I mean,
good, keep that in there. Call Damian Priest out for walking out the fucking door. I think they tried to make him look badass by leaving through the door, and really it just was a fart ending. You know?
Yeah, and I mean the real story behind this is that Drew McIntyre does need time off. For a neck injury. That was announced before this match. So people kind of saw the writing on the wall a little bit. But it seems like that was WWE's intent. You're right, is to hit him with a concerto and walk off into the sunset. Personally, I would love to see them use this as Damian Priest kind of pivoting into a heel role. You know, maybe he gets on commentary or he gets on a mic and he's like, hey, I don't like that Jesse Ventura is shit talking me on a pay-per-view after I just beat this man's head in. And maybe it makes him a little cocky. Maybe it makes him a little bit arrogant. I don't know. I feel like Damian Priest needs a little bit of a change-up. And really, something has to come out of this because this is the culmination of their feud. It's done. At least until Drew McIntyre comes back, whenever he comes back. But they have not talked about an ETA or how long he'll be out or anything like that. One thing that I do want to point out, though, is, and this is one of the unfortunate things, since WWE is doing pile drivers now. That means that when somebody gets hit with a concerto, they're able to just walk it off. Drew McIntyre just basically, he laid there for a little bit. He did not no-sell it, but he did walk out under his own power. Normally in WWE, that would have been a fucking neck brace and stretcher. But anyway, a great match, just not a great ending. And then the main event, 4 letters, 1 word, yeet. Jey Uso defeating.
Underwhelming.
Huh?
You said four letters, 1 word. Underwhelming.
It was.
You're right.
It was Jey Uso defeating Logan Paul by pinfall, setting up for what's happening at Money in the Bank. We'll talk about it later. Why is Logan Paul one of the only... This is going to just show you how underwhelming this match was, because this is what I took away from this entire match. Why is Logan Paul the only one in the WWE with a real Titantron?
Because he probably paid for it himself?
I just think everyone should have Titantrons. It's not his name. It's like his actual highlight reel. You know, it feels...
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Feels good. But I mean, hey, listen, Jey Uso wasn't going to lose his fucking championship right now, and he definitely wasn't going to lose it to Logan Paul.
I know.
So, also, he did kick Logan Paul in the face for real.
That was nice. That was very nice to see.
Oh, no, I'm so about that happening.
Oh no. Oh,
dang it. Oh, shucks and darn. Not his teethers. He needs those to eat dead bodies or whatever he does now. I don't know anymore.
I don't know about that.
What? Logan, isn't that what he did in Japan?
I don't think he ate them. But hey, listen, Saturday night's main event, at the end of the day, apparently was a roaring success for WWE. Made them tons of money. Another promotion that has tons of Monet, AEW, had another pay-per-view.
I'm gonna get sick.
AEW had what was it? Double or Nothing that happened, and it was a fucking crazy show.
Significantly better than Saturday night's main event.
Significantly better.
By far.
AEW has a lot of Monet because there was a lot of licensed music all throughout this. This was great. And they also gave another belt to Mercedes Moné, because Mercedes Moné in the 2025 Owen Hart Foundation Cup Tournament Finals won the AEW. They basically get a match, AEW Women's World Championship match at All In, and they get a fake belt that means nothing, that they never defend. But it's another belt for Mercedes to carry around. She already is. We've seen her on TV already. Defeating Jamie Hayter, Sasha Christ. I don't want to give this match any more attention than it needs. It happened.
In other words,
listen, it was a good match.
Wet.
It was a good match, but did we need to get rid, or did we need to have Jamie Hayter lose? And now she's going to be feuding with Thekla.
Yeah.
Look her up. She's good. It's just,
yeah.
You know, you go from, hey, we have Jamie Hayter back, and it seems like Tony's like, yeah, and?
All right.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Listen, everybody knows that Mercedes Moné at one point was going to have a match for the AEW Women's World Championship. I don't think I would have liked it if she just said, I'm Mercedes Moné and I'm going to challenge for this belt now. But at the same time, I feel like AEW could have done that, and they could have given this opportunity to Jamie Hayter. And Jamie is extremely popular with the AEW fan base, a lot more popular than Sasha Christ, and has not had a lot of opportunities. So it's unfortunate the way that this went down. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Sometimes Tony Khan is thinking with the wrong head, and that's what happened here.
In my personal non-vividly, avidly watching AEW opinion, I do kind of enjoy the fact that the shine that Sasha Christ has on her entirety of her fan base is starting to wear off. Like, I do think the tides are starting to turn on her significantly more than it was when, say, her and Naomi first left WWE over like the disputes over the tag title incident back then, as opposed to now, because people are actually coming to the facts and realizing, going, man, wow, it really was like a cult type of fan base, and we were not really realizing that she's nowhere near as good as we say she is. Crazy how that works out, huh?
It almost feels like, you know, you're talking about, you know, like when they walked out of WWE because they weren't getting opportunities. Now it feels like she's taking opportunities. You know,
100%.
like the tables have turned. So I think you're right there. People are starting to wake up, and that's pretty good. And listen, it wasn't a bad match. It was not a bad match. But Mercedes Moné has been doing the same thing since she's been in since she's been in AEW. She really hasn't deviated from the path of I'm going to win, and I'm going to argue. I'm going to argue that she's not really doing that great of heel work. She's just annoying and taking opportunities. She's not MJF. She thinks she's MJF, but she's not MJF. So I could you maybe somehow pivot Mercedes into that role? Maybe. People are starting to hate her now. You can work with that, but I don't think they will. No. Then after that, we had a tag team match. FTR, talk about some heels. These guys are always your classic heels. So we had FTR, and they defeated Daniel Garcia and Nigel McGuinness. There was really nothing on the line with this match. It was just some nice wrestling. In my opinion, this is a match that like AEW was like kind of built around. Not like actually built around, because obviously, Nigel McGuinness wasn't in the picture at the time, but like this is
one of those matches that was built for like the people that actually watched Ring of Honor and start up AEW. This was just for pure AEW fans. Like, if you just walked into this match, you'd be like, who the fuck's the old guy and the weird dudes that aren't doing any flips? Where's all the flippy shit? And it's all about like the history of AEW in that one and before with Nigel.
Yeah, and I mean, anytime Nigel gets to have a match now, we should just be happy, because I don't know how many more opportunities he's going to get either, and he was obviously robbed of a very long time of them. But a good match. And then then it started to get a little bit weird. Because AEW, they don't do ambulance matches. They do stretcher matches. They're the exact same thing. I honestly didn't realize that when we were talking the predictions, but you had to put your opponent on a stretcher, then put them in an ambulance, and then the ambulance had to drive off. So we had the Battle of the Bald, Ricochet and Mark Briscoe. Ricochet defeating Mark Briscoe. But I mean, this was, when you want to talk early old school AEW, you want to talk Ring of Honor. This match kind of also had that feel, and it started to get a little bit weird because, again, Battle of the Bald, there was some head cleaning involved here. There was some hawk to a spit shining.
Spit on that thing.
Gotta keep it clean, you know?
Gotta keep it clean, gotta keep it shiny. Then we had some more bald men in the next match. They had the Hurt Syndicate, your AEW Tag Team Champions, Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, going up against the Sons of Texas, Sammy Guevara and Dustin Rhodes. And this, of course, was kind of the question that was being asked going into this match. Will MJF assimilate into the Hurt Syndicate? Will he join that group fully? Will they accept him? Turns out MJF 100% invited to the cookout, and they're all good.
You are big, strong, proud African American men.
And Mark. We fucking with Mark because Mark's fucking with us.
Exactly, dude. I am very MJF when he does this type of stuff. It's very clippable and very entertaining to watch. And I think that this is going to work out perfectly. How, at least from my perspective, the Hurt Syndicate has been very good at playing the sort of the straight and narrow character where it's like not too much sort of hee ha ha moments, but I know that's the type of stuff that MJF is bringing to this. When I'm not exactly saying he's like R-Truth comedy, but still funny.
No, but he's the entertainment. Yeah, he's definitely the entertainment. And I love when MJF gets paired with other entertainers because the Hurt Syndicate, they're WWE guys. This is Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and MVP. They understand how to be serious and be entertaining, right? Like, they had to deal with the bullshit that Vince McMahon had for them for years. And Bobby Lashley did some stupid shit, but never looked weak. So that's going to be really, really good to, like, have that little bit of levity, but then you can always go back to just, you're jacked and you're going to beat the shit out of people. And MJF, not a super strong guy, but still somebody who kind of fits in that kind of brawler fighter stereotype. And I mean, pull out some brass knucks and it equalizes everything. So it's not like he won't be able to hold himself. Then we had a singles match for the AEW Continental Championship. Kazuchika Okada, your Continental Champion, defeating Speedball Mike Bailey. This match is exactly what I wanted out of Speedball and AEW. This was beautiful. This was, in my opinion, because I know they're thinking about kind of the rumor right now is that they're going to merge the International Championship and the Continental Championship, which would be the Intercontinental Championship. But don't worry about that.
Right.
But the people are saying, because it's one's Okada and one's Kenny Omega, and they're going, well, they're going to put the belt on Omega. I think this match shows that Okada should be the one to fucking take it and run, because as much as Mike Bailey did in this match, Okada was able to eat that. And a lot of times, people can't keep up with Mike Bailey. So, and I mean, listen, Okada's it's not like he's not an unknown name, If you're trying to merge the lineage of these two titles and make, put it on someone who's going to make it mean something, I think right now Okada's that guy over Kenny Omega.
Well, you say that, but that means we would actually have to have more Okada on TV.
Which would be the hard part, I guess.
Yeah, it seems like they're very content having him show up on, like the Roman Reigns Tribal Chief schedule, where it's like, okay, you show up once every few months, put on an absolute banger of a match, and then disappear until we need you again. And if you're going to combine two belts, you need somebody that's going to be actively on TV.
Well, is that Okada's decision or AEW's decision?
I think it's all Okada's decision. I mean, we've seen that AEW lets their people do pretty much whatever they want, especially when you're a big name and friends with the Young Bucks.
That tends to help. That really does tend to help. I do think that age may have something to do with it as well. Well, actually, no, I stand corrected. He's only 37. He's only 37. I think I might be thinking of someone different who's a lot older. I thought he was up there in like high 40s, low 50s, like close to R-Truth range. And I was like, man, he's old. You know, those tires don't got a lot of tread on it anymore. But no, if you're only 37, no offense from my fat white guy podcast host perspective, you can still go, dog. Like, I'm just saying. And I think you also need to do this match before Kenny's, if we're talking about tread on tires, you need to do this match before Kenny's tires fucking itself implode, please. Just one more time in America. Yeah,
literally exactly. Before he explodes.
Yeah.
Every time there's a Kenny, we'll talk about what happened to Kenny Omega.
Moving on.
Moving on. Timeless Tony Storm defeating Mina Shirakawa for the AEW Women's World Championship. Like I talked about, the Owen Hart Cup winner foundation, whatever fucking word jumble they call them. They get a match next, I believe, is kind of how that works out. So it will be Timeless Tony Storm versus Mina it will be Timeless Tony Storm versus Mercedes Moné next at All In. So it was kind of one of those things where you're, you know,
it was just a great lesbian off.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, Mina, did she really have an opportunity when you're already advertising the next opponent? You know what I mean? It's like, were you really going to change something? It was a good match, but again, it kind of felt predictable. It's like, yeah, well, of course, Timeless Tony Storm won.
Listen, she just wanted to have a nice, intimate moment with Mina now that Mina's back. And she had a lot of that in that match.
There was a lot. There was a lot of intimate moments. Yep.
Oh, boy. I might have to start watching AEW more now for realsies. And did you know the J in Jackal stands for AEW?
Oh, really? I thought the A in Jackal stands for a stand.
No, the A stands for knowledge.
Yeah.
Oh. The E in Era stands for knowledge. It doesn't.
They're very nice. I like it.
I'm sorry. I dropped my phone. Where the fuck was I? I totally lost my train of thought.
The Timeless Tony Storm Mina match. We got that covered.
Yeah. So then, we talked about all of the licensed music that was happening. This was probably the most expensive match in AEW's history, just based off the amount of times that they played Let the Bodies Hit the Floor. We had Anarchy in the Arena, Kenny Omega, Swerve Strickland, Willow Nightingale, and The Ops, which is Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Shibata. And then Prince Nana was also out there because Swerve Strickland was out there. Going up against the Death Riders, Jon Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, Marina Shafir, and Wheeler Yuta, and the Young Bucks. So the good guys came out on top, which... Yep, welcome to AEW.
After two music changes.
After two dance breaks.
There were some dance breaks.
Yeah.
This was definitely the one that, caught my attention the most after everything was all said and done on social media. And just seeing all the clips and everything come out of all these things happening. Kenny Omega doing this, Kenny Omega doing that. Everybody doing the jumps over the top rope, synced up with the music. Let the bodies hit the fucking staple spot. Someone getting a staple in the dick. Swerve Strickland getting a staple in the tongue. It was just fun wrestling. It was just fun, nonsensical bullshit wrestling. And sometimes with the way that WWE has been ever since, I'll say, Mania, it was a really, really nice palate cleanser. Yeah. And I like the one fact on the internet that's now upsetting a small vocal portion of the internet wrestling community. Mike, would you like to harbor a guess of how many 5-star matches Roman Reigns has from Dave Meltzer?
Oh, I'm gonna go with 0.
You'd be correct.
Wow.
Would you like to harbor a guess about how many 5-star matches Willow Nightingale has from Dave Meltzer?
Ooh. Well, Willow is great, but I'm gonna go with because he doesn't really ever rate a match with women in it because he's scared of them. 1 now.
Yeah, you would be correct, baby,
Well.
because Anarchy in the Arena got a 5-star.
I acknowledge my tribal chief, Willow Nightingale.
Yeah, baby.
Oh yeah.
It's so fun, and just that's the type of content that AEW needs to put out to get to people to start watching. It's not fucking influencers. It's not these super dramatic, over-the-top storylines. It's people in the arena having a good time with some fucking wild-ass alt 2000s early rock in the background. Those are the clippable moments, not the goddamn Costco guys, dude.
And what I like the most about this is that every year AEW does an amazing job at actually, like, legitimately capturing every moment. And this year, they were, for the first time, doing, like, a fucking split-screen multi-camera thing. And it's like, dog, if AEW is starting to do shit like this, like, now they're getting unique with how they're presenting stuff. That, you're right, that's what they need. Like, this, if this pay-per-view felt like an AEW pay-per-view,
Yes.
and it's not even, there's 2 more matches to talk about, and they fit right in with the AEW mold. Like, legitimately, as much shit talking as we've given AEW in the past, it feels like maybe Tony Khan is starting to listen to the program too.
Well, I think he definitely got some training because he is calmed down afterward.
Yeah, he hasn't had a special announcement in fucking 8 months.
Thank God.
Took long enough, brother.
Yeah,
he saw
really.
that Javon Evans called him a crackhead on Twitter, and he went, "You know what? Maybe it is time for me to stop."
Maybe I should go to therapy.
So what were the other 2 matches?
Yep. So the next match on the card was a trios match. The Don Callis family. So we had Konosuke Takeshita, Kyle Fletcher, and Josh Alexander defeating
Great trio.
Paragon, which is an unfamiliar name, but a familiar trio. Adam
Ooh.
Cole, Kyle
Hey, baby.
O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong. That's right. They just took Bobby Fish out. He's gone. But I mean, these are all amazing wrestlers. And this, again, is a match that, like, felt very early AEW. I mean, especially with the pairing of Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong, felt very Ring of Honor. And, like, again, made me watch it. Made me stop. I was stopped what I was doing, and I was like, oh shit, they're fucking wrestling. Exactly like the FTR match. They're fucking wrestling. Like, it had that early AEW feel.
And since from what I've heard from you two, it's been a minute, if not longer, since AEW has felt like actual AEW wrestling. So I'm assuming seeing that type of content on the card, very, very refreshing.
It's especially with all the Costco guys, it's felt, in my opinion, very late WCW.
Oh yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy.
I don't know. I was going to say something else. It feels a lot like TKO WWE.
Well, the one difference being is that, a family of 4 doesn't have to take out a small mortgage to be able to get inside the building.
Very true. You can actually get an affordable AEW ticket.
However, the family of 4 will have to take out a mortgage to get a new house because Hangman Adam Page burned theirs down.
Oh, dog.
Only if you swerve.
Oh.
Yeah, only if you swerve.
Yeah.
That's right. I guess Will Ospreay's family is still, well, I guess they came at, I guess they're safe because Will Ospreay, he was defeated by Adam Page. Adam Page is the winner of the 2025 Men's Owen Hart Cup Tournament Finals. So he will go on to a AEW World Championship match at All In against Jon Moxley. So that is a very interesting match that will be happening. I am surprised that Will Ospreay lost. I did not think that was going to happen. I'm pleasantly surprised. If I wish that Adam Page could be my history teacher, because if he was my his students must be so proud of him.
There were a lot of start and stops in there.
Yeah, my words don't work good today, dude. My brain's fucking fried. I had a 3-hour stream before this. I didn't sleep at all last night. I'm fucking fried.
Yeah, we didn't sleep at all this week, let alone
we were
last
up
night.
all night.
I like this outcome. I really enjoy this outcome. However, if it was a perfect 10 out of 10 for me before, I'm going to knock away a couple points in forgiving the Cowboy the title match at your big Texas show. That's a little too calculated.
He's from Virginia. He's not from Texas.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where he's from. It's still, he's the yeehaw guy. He's the sad millennial cowboy. And
he's the yeehaw guy.
Right. And he's getting the title shot in the heart of Texas alongside the Texas Tough Boys or whatever the fuck Sammy Guevara and Goldust are called.
Wait, that's a better name. They're the Sons of Texas, but the Texas Tough Boys is a lot better.
I actually kind of like the Texas Tough Boys.
Yeah. Hey, Tony Khan, give us a check, dog.
It's one of those things where, wrestling's calculated. I saw that one coming from a mile away. Like, the swerve of him beating Will Ospreay was great.
Ospreay.
Beating Will Ospreay was really good. But taking a step back, it's just, yep, he's going to be the cowboy guy in the Texas show. And do we know what stadium they're running at in Texas? 'Cause I'm curious.
They will be at Globe Life Field.
Globe Life Field. Is that Texas Tech? Hold on.
No, I don't. Texas
Look.
Rangers. It's the ballpark.
They're running the Texas Rangers field?
Mm-hmm. Capacity 40,000, it says. Record attendance 43,000. So that's a good crowd for them, though, if they can fill that.
Yeah, no, 100%. That makes a lot more sense now.
And think about all the floor space that they'll have, too.
That, too.
There's somebody else that's going to be in Texas, too. Probably not in a match, but he's going to be there.
You.
No, somebody a lot more important than me. Daniel Bryan.
Really?
Yeah. Said that he just couldn't stay away. The way AEW is right now reminds him of why he joined in the first place. And he said that, he's probably not going to be in a match, but he said regardless, in some capacity, he is going to be at All In because he can't stay away.
I wonder if he actually thinks that or if Tony Khan told him to say it.
Probably.
Well, regardless, he's at least going to be. He said he was in an interview and he said, he's like, I don't care if I'm backstage handing out water. He's like, I don't care if I'm commentating, whatever it is. He's like, I'm going to be there.
Okay. I'm a fan of that. Because even still, just that's when you make that announcement. Because I know that's definitely a move to sell tickets in a 40,000 seat stadium of, hey, ever since, he stepped away, this is going to be Bryan Danielson's first appearance at this show, whenever it happens. I think it's mid-August?
All In, it's going to be July 12th.
Never mind. It's a lot sooner than I had anticipated.
Do you think that Bryan Danielson gets involved with the Death Row? Because the relationship is 1-to-1. It's Bryan Danielson leaving is what made Moxley step up. You know what I mean? Like, that's what caused.
Well, they turned on him beforehand, right?
Yeah, but like the whole retirement and all of that kind of, because it was Bryan Danielson's company before, and then it was Jon Moxley's. Like that's what they're doing now. And
how about this, fellas? I say we pose that question to the community. We pose that to them of, do you think Bryan Danielson's going to get involved when it comes to All Out in about a month from now? All In, never mind what he said. And
All out
then
is after all in.
if we get some responses, we read them out on air.
It's also Darby's last name.
We get that too. We get some time to work on our theories, build our headcanons, and get the community involved as well.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to hear what people think if Bryan Danielson's going to get involved. I think that if you're going to have Jon Moxley lose the title, that's a hell of a way to do it. It's a hell of a way to do it.
I'm gonna save what I have to say until closer to that show, because there's a closer premium live event happening sooner that I have much more thoughts to talk about.
Oh, sir, there are multiple premium live events happening
I forgot.
today, the day that this comes out, Saturday, June 7th. WWE has double booked, which only happens WrestleMania weekend, and now they're doing it for Money in the Bank, and I bet they're going to keep doing it time and time again, because we have Money in the Bank and, technically, NXT Worlds Collide, which is we talked about it before, but WWE bought AAA. They bought the one of the major Lucha Libre promotions. The other one is CMLL, which works very closely with AEW. So AAA aligning with WWE, now being owned by WWE, and now doing a pay-per-view. So this is going to be Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and AAA. They're still calling it AAA. They haven't renamed it to WWE NXT Mexico or whatever the fuck they were doing. So it's still AAA. There are some matches on here with some names, some notable AAA names, and some notable WWE names. What I'm excited about is that there's some names on here that normally wouldn't mean shit, that I think right now are going to mean a lot more. Because the first match on this card is a 6-man tag team match. Legado del Fantasma, Santos Escobar, Angel Humberto versus El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr., Pagano, and Psycho Clown. Sure. Also, I'm white as fuck, so I'm going to say these names wrong.
Is that just like AAA Doink or something?
Well, Psycho Clown kind of looks like him. Let me get a picture of him here. How do I? Let me see. I think I can download that, and then.
Do you think he's a big Silent J fan? Do you think he's a juggalo, mayhaps?
Oh, he's definitely a juggalo. I just put a picture of him in the group chat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
oh
man. But I mean,
shit.
he is like from a wrestling family. The important thing is that all of these guys are big names in AAA.
Yes.
So nobody really knows like who they are for real, but you know, it's Lucha Libre. But in Lucha, kind of the way that it works is you get a lot of juniors, you get a lot of El Hijos, which means the son of. It's a lot of like you kind of, nobody knows who you really are, but you kind of use the name a lot. So he previously was a Braza de Plata.
Bless you.
I don't know. Anyway, he's just from he's like a big hardcore guy in AAA. Kind of looks like a crazy clown, so I guess it fits. He is the Psycho Clown.
My goodness.
Yeah. I mean, well, I guess we'll see how that one works. I think what's interesting about this one is that they pull out Legado del Fantasma. Is this going to be like the first time that Legado del Fantasma actually wins a match on a pay-per-view?
There's a very, very good chance because, boy, oh boy, I couldn't even tell you the last time I willingly sat down and thought about Legado del Fantasma willingly. So I'm just saying, if you
it doesn't help that it's changed like 4 times.
Oh, of course. You know, if you're looking at another batch of people to get rid of, here's your people to choose from right here. Because, boy, oh boy, they're going to work a lot better in AAA, NXT, Mexico, whatever you want to call it. They're going to work better there than they are on the main roster right now. That's for goddamn sure.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the kind of pairing that they're going up against, it's It's Legado del Fantasma going up against these like kind of more hardcore guys. So
Well,
this is going to
I
be
will say
a
this.
hard match, I think. It's going to be violent.
Yeah, well, hopefully that would make things interesting. But I think they'll keep at least a group of Mexicans on the main roster, just because knowing TKO, they'll have them come out wearing Tapatio at some point or something like that.
That's what the
Because
LWO is for.
yeah, TKO seems to like to just throw money or try and make money any way possible.
Oh my God! Did you see that Slim Jim is now going to be on the fucking tables?
Yeah, sponsoring the tables. Yeah, starting at Money in the Bank. Yep.
Oh, good. Oh, good. If there's a table spot now, it's fucking Slim Jim's going to be
Sponsored by
plastered
Slim
right
Jim,
in the
baby.
middle of it. Oh my God.
So, so this is WWE. There's NXT on here as well. So NXT is a championship match, a fatal 4-way match for the NXT North American Championship. Ethan Page, who's currently your NXT North American champion, going up in a fatal 4-way against Javon Evans, Laredo Kid from AAA, and Ray Phoenix. Now Ray Phoenix and Penta are two people that are really going to benefit from this AAA merger because they have a lot of history there. So like Ray Phoenix, yeah, right now he's a WWE guy, but 100% on this card, it's AAA Ray Phoenix. Crazy Ray Phoenix.
Hopefully.
So yeah, hopefully they let him do the shit that he did in AAA. This is going to be a hell of a match. I mean, fatal 4-ways are always crazy. And all four of these guys can deliver. Laredo Kid,
hell yeah.
Again, somebody who has been a name in AAA. He's also somebody who came over to TNA for a short while, and he was the TNA Digital Media Champion for a little bit. So he has a little bit of experience in front of an American crowd. So I think he's gonna fit right in, and I'm excited. I think this match is probably gonna go to Ethan Page. This is one that I think we can do picks on, just because 3 out of the 4 names are in the WWE right now. So I think it's probably gonna stay with Ethan Page. He just won it recently. And he's really been somebody who's needed a title like this. So I want him to keep it.
Like Ricky Stark said, hey, I want to fight people on any roster, not just NXT's roster. And they were like, fuck you, boy. Ethan Page gets the belt.
You're too much of a risk.
I at this point is like Ricky Stark's just going to go straight to the main roster now, because I could see it. I don't think he needs to be down in NXT for that much longer.
Maybe. Who knows?
Maybe.
I don't know. I think they just did a round of call-ups because they just brought up Stephanie Vicor and Julia and all of them.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like they're just bringing people up all willy-fucking-nilly now. They're just like, hey, we want you up there. Here, lose the belt.
Go. Yeah, get out of here. Get.
Like, JC Jane, of all people, for Stephanie to lose to was nuts.
That was unexpected. That was, I mean, good for JC, but also,
hell yeah.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah. It came out of nowhere. Yeah, it came out of nowhere, especially when you had Jordan Grace, like, the week before. So I'm assuming they're calling up Jordan Grace at some point, too. Otherwise, what the fuck?
As far as this match goes, no, I think you're right. I think it's a little too easy here. It's kind of just Ethan Page,
the only unbouncy guy in the group.
Yeah. I like it though. I like everybody here. It's not like it's a bad match or anything. It's just unfortunately a wee bit too predictable.
It's gonna be fun to watch.
Very fun.
Then after that, we have a tag team match. Women's tag team match. Stephanie Vicor and Lola Vice versus Chick Tormenta and Dallas. I don't know who either of them are. But Stephanie Vicor and Lola Vice is an interesting pairing. I wonder, because I mean, Stephanie just got called up. Part of me wonders if they booked this before they did a call up and this was a tag team that they wanted to do, because that would be a very fun pairing that I think they should definitely hold on to. It feels a little weird to just chuck it into this and have nothing happen from it. But I guess it's there.
Well, you said Stephanie Vicor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I'm still trying to process my fucking day-long hangover right now. Didn't Didn't Stephanie McCourt qualify for the women's Money in the Bank match?
Oh yeah,
How the fuck are they gonna pull this off if it's going at the same time?
it's not at the same time. No. It's not. It's
Yeah.
not at the same time. It's before.
She's doing double duty.
She's not the only one. Actually, she is. Well,
allegedly.
she is the only one.
Allegedly.
She is the only one. You're right. The other one is Omos.
Yeah.
But there are a couple. There's a couple other matches here. We talked about Legado del Fantasma coming out of the woodwork. LWO also on this card. Dragon Lee, Cruz del Toro, and Joaquin Wilde going up against the team of Octagon Jr., Aerostar, and Mr. Iguana.
That's gonna be a high flying ass match, though. Holy
Mr.
Aerostar gets
I
launched.
love the name Mr. Iguana. And I wasn't, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't Aerostar currently hologram in AEW? Isn't that the same dude?
Apparently not.
Okay, I thought they were the same guy. I don't know.
I
mean,
don't care. I want Mr. Iguana to win. I don't give a fuck. That's the best name in wrestling I've ever heard. I don't give a shit about anything else. Give me Mr. Iguana.
What I love more is that Mr. Iguana is the only person on Wikipedia that I can't click to an article about. There's no Wikipedia article about Mr. Iguana, so I can't tell you anything about him besides the fact that his name is Mr. Iguana.
That's all you need to know. Really.
Yes. Oh my god, that's great. I don't give. Yeah, Mr. Iguana.
Sure, why not? Yeah, give me Mr. Iguana. And then, of course,
gonna name his wiener now.
You're gonna meet Mr. Iguana later.
I saw Mr. Iguana in that bathtub.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You met him, all of him. I am uncomfortable with the energy I've created in the studio right now.
And of course, the main event of Worlds Collide, a singles match for the AAA Mega Championship, which is their undisputed championship. It's like their main title. The match, we talked about it, but this announcement spoiled Alberto Del Rio's title defense.
Good.
Because they announced this match.
It never happened.
Yeah, they announced this match before they announced Alberto Del Rio versus El Hijo del Vikingo. But of course, Chad Gable involved here because the story that Chad Gable's been going through is that he can't beat a luchador. That's why El Grande Americano had to come in and help him out. So does Chad Gable finally beat a luchador and go to Mexico? Question mark.
Well, the easiest way to beat a luchador is to become a luchador. I also don't know why you keep talking about Chad Gable. Clearly, we figured this out on the podcast.
No.
Chad Gable
this is
the one
El
that's
Hijo del
actually,
Vikingo versus Chad Gable.
Are you shitting me?
No.
I thought it was. Oh.
No. You're Jackal, you're confused. El Grande Americano is in Money in the Bank.
Oh, fuck.
Chad Gable is in Worlds Collide. You're confused.
Like I said, hangover still. My brain's I got the brain fog going
listen,
on.
I know that they're very. We'll talk about it, but I have another theory on who El Grande Americano could be. I think
we can get into that real quick if you want.
Okay.
They even showed the boots, and there's somebody else that has those initials, right?
Yeah, CG Chavo Guerrero.
Oh,
it's Chavo, baby.
She's on. There's one on the roster right now.
Chelsea Green.
I didn't even think Chelsea Green. I went to Chavo, but
oh no.
Hey, listen, I've never seen El Grande and Chelsea in the same room.
You're right.
You have not.
I'm just saying.
Chelsea Green does have a lot of red, white, and blue in her closet. Shit, you might be right, Mike. I wasn't even thinking about that.
It makes a little too much sense.
But I do want to make picks on this one. El Hijo del Vikingo versus Chad Gable. I love the idea of Chad Gable going to Mexico and El Grande Americano still being in America. So give me Chad Gable.
It's gonna be El Hijo by a mile. He's gonna do some flippy shit to win.
I love Vikingo and all the work that he did in AEW. I also love that he was able to finally take the title off of the not alleged known woman abuser. With that in mind, Vikingo is got the buff of being the world's greatest feminist right now. So give me Vikingo.
Amen, brother.
Hell yeah, for the ladies. Vikingo is for the women.
Vikingo is for the women, and Chad Gable is for El Grande Americano.
Chad Gable's
But
for.
let's talk about El Grande Americano, because El Grande Americano later in the night finds himself in a Money in the Bank ladder match against Solo Sikoa, LA Knight,
legends.
Penta, Seth Rollins, and Andrade. Fucking stacked, dude. Stacked.
Beat Punk and AJ Styles to get into this goddamn match. Are you serious?
We have a card that doesn't have AJ, doesn't have CM Punk, but hey, we have El Grande Americano.
Oh boy. Omos finally gonna get involved, which is great. He's so tall. Oh no, sorry, not Omos anymore. It's Chelsea Green. You know,
Or Chavo.
Or Chavo. It could be Chavo Guerrero as well. That's my issue with some of the comedy gimmicks, is when you try to squeeze the comedy gimmick and shoehorn its way into a very serious match.
Yeah.
Like, for example, Santino at the end of the 2011 Rumble, when it was just him and Del Rio. People are like, fuck, oh, gross. I kind of don't want Del Rio to win. Oh my God, Santino never went over the top rope. Holy shit, this could actually work. And then they turn around the next month afterwards, like, oh, people liked it. Okay, let's put the goofy haha character in the Elimination Chamber match, and everybody else who's not in the arena is going, man, this kind of sucks. Oh, they put the goofy haha luchador character in over Punk and AJ Styles when John Cena is the current champion right now, when those are two marquee matchups that people would want to see John Cena have right now. Instead, we're going to give it to El Grande Americano.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure.
I'm one of the people that I think enjoys the El Grande Americano storyline. Legitimately, I do. I think it's entertaining. I think it's fun. Some things they've done have been in bad taste, yes. But it's entertaining and it's fun at the end of the day. However, I don't think he should have been in this match over CM Punk or AJ Styles. Especially, you're right, when John Cena is on the other end. Because I don't want to see John Cena versus El Grande Americano. I would want to see John Cena versus Chad Gable, but not El Grande Americano.
Yes, exactly.
Which just makes you know he's not going to win. He's just there to take some goofy spot, maybe get unmasked or something on accident and waste a whole storyline or whatever. I don't know. It's going to be something dumb. It just, it doesn't need to be there. I
hope that they do some fucky shit with this. And I hope, as dumb as it would be, that at some point there's this body swap that we talked about, where like it's somebody who's not, you know, like Chad Gable doesn't show, like have it be Omos the entire fucking match as El Grande Americano.
If that's how you're gonna bring back Omos and then he gets the belt, I'm in.
Like, that's perfect.
Like,
that's so funny.
This totally should have been the Chad Gable and El Grande Americano here should have been swapped, right? Like, it should have been El Grande Americano on the AAA card and Chad Gable on this card. So that way you would go, well, maybe Chad Gable has a chance of winning Money in the Bank. I think really what happened with the whole El Grande Americano line is that it was supposed to end at WrestleMania. That's legitimately what I think was supposed to. I think he was supposed to lose to Rey Mysterio and be unmasked. But it's, you know, obviously they had to pivot. And I mean, but the other people that are in this match have a damn good opportunity of winning, because Solo Sikoa has experience and has history with John Cena. LA Knight has experience and has history with John Cena. and has been put over by John Cena in the past. We criticized that last time by saying that they kind of didn't do anything with it. Maybe John Cena gives them another opportunity to really push him. And how do you do that? By making LA Knight cash in on John Cena and win number 17. That would be like that would be the move. Then you have Penta. Penta's fucking hot as shit right now. There's absolutely no reason why he couldn't win a Money in the Bank ladder match just because his fucking name is Penta. Legitimately, like there's enough there where they're gonna go. Like maybe he doesn't even go in to cash in on John Cena because there's fucking 3 other titles that he can cash in on. Right? They can cash in on mid cards. They can cash in on the World Heavyweight. It doesn't have to go to John Cena. Then you have Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is backed up by Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. The Money in the Bank ladder match is no DQ. Those two are going to get involved. They're going to be there. They're going to be breaking the shit out of everybody and spearing the shit out of everybody and squashing everybody. And then Andrade is there too. Exactly. I mean, like Andrade, maybe
Andrade's
he doesn't really have anything going for
spot.
him, but maybe. Yeah, he's there for the ladders, I guess. You're right.
He's just there for a great ladder spot that's going to look real cool. And then he's going to get put through a ladder or whatever. And then there goes Andrade.
Yeah.
I wonder if they try to do somehow Andrade versus El Grande Americano out.
That could get you to SummerSlam. That
could get you to SummerSlam, and it could probably get you until Rey Mysterio comes back, whenever that is.
I think they just need to let him versus Rey Mysterio die.
I think they need to let Rey Mysterio into a goddamn retirement home. I know he's gotten HGH in his knee 40 times, but that motherfucker's just as old, if not older, than R-Truth, dude. If we're going to get onto that real quick, just let the poor man retire, for the love of God. As far as this one goes...
He's younger than R-Truth.
How close?
He's 50.
So about 4 years.
Yeah.
I see this one split into like two sort of groups here. Technically three. There's 6 people in it. I see 2 in each one. Andrade, El Grande, the people who aren't going to win.
Yeah.
I do agree. LA Knight and Solo, as of now, make the most sense to...
If Solo wins, I'm going to shoot myself.
Right. He shouldn't, but out of everyone here, him and LA Knight make the most sense to go after Cena, because especially the Bloodline stuff has all been involved with the title that Cena's holding.
Yeah.
Penta and Seth, on the other hand, make the most sense going after the World Heavyweight, especially Seth. Right now, I feel like the one that makes the most sense storyline-wise is Seth, unfortunately. I think the group is a bit too much. I think the way that Jay is being booked right now, especially with him being in a fucking tag match with Logan and Cody and Cena later, I think that's weird. I don't know if...
upset.
And it's going to be the same way they did it to Roman back in the day, to where it's their, oh shit, it's not working anymore. This is our get out of jail free card. Let's just put it back on Seth type of deal, you know? So as of now, I think I'm going to go, I don't like it. It's not a safe pick. I'm going with my head instead of my heart. I would love for LA Knight to win finally, but unfortunately, I do think I'm going to have to go with Seth.
Yeah, for me, the important thing about the Money in the Bank ladder match is that it's no disqualification. I said that earlier. Talked about how Seth Rollins is, he's going to have Braun Breaker and he's going to have Bronson Reed. Unfortunately, that means for basically everybody else in this match, they're probably going to be outnumbered. I assume Solo Sikoa is going to be helped by Jeff Cobb, but Jacob Fatu has told Solo to basically fuck off and leave him alone. LA Knight doesn't really have anybody in his corner, although I think I talked about it the last time but the theory that's going around about LA Knight right now, which I kind of like, is that because Bray Wyatt's last feud was with LA Knight, and the Wyatt Six are back and currently have no creative, the idea is that people think that the Wyatt Six kind of get involved and inadvertently just kind of help LA Knight win. Like, not make him win, but just attack somebody. Maybe they attack El Grande Americano and Andrade. Maybe they go after Seth Rollins. You know, whatever creative direction they decide for them, whatever they're doing, just by virtue of them being out there, kind of everybody gets beat up except for LA Knight, and he's able to win. That's a theory that I like. I don't think that's going to happen. El Grande Americano, I guess, maybe could be helped out by American Made, but at the same time, they haven't really, besides Chad Gable kind of bringing in, quote unquote, El Grande Americano, they never really touch on the fact that El Grande Americano is aligned with American Made. I feel like this is Seth Rollins' match to win. At the same time, I don't know that Seth Rollins needs to win the Money in the Bank.
No. It's a shitty situation. I don't know if I like this lineup. At the same time, though, I don't know if this is the lineup that I would have landed on if I had to make my Money in the Bank match card lineup. Because right now, at the moment, the women's one looks 10 times more as enticing as the men's, unfortunately.
I do, before we get into the women's one, I do want to say, I personally think Penta. I think just
I'm not upset at that.
The match happens and just Penta wins because he's Penta and he just goes to cash in on the World Heavyweight. I think that's kind of the only way that you can get out of this without people really being pissed off. And Mike, who's your pick? Because I know you don't want Solo Sikoa, but
no. I'm gonna say something else. I think it's probably either gonna be Seth, LA, or Penta. Out of those three, but I also don't think it matters in the long run because Triple H has already said he doesn't like the Money in the Bank, so I think whoever it's going to be isn't going to cash in, and it's all going to be a big waste of fucking time.
Yeah.
God,
I don't think we're getting a Money in the Bank PLE next year. I really don't. I feel like this is gonna go back to a WrestleMania thing.
I hope so, and I hope they keep it and they actually make it important. That's what we need. We need this briefcase to actually be important and for it to be a guaranteed win like it used to be. I hate what they've made it. I hate it so much.
I think currently the men is like a 70% chance.
Yeah, this used to be a sure thing. We had Edge coming out to take down basically a crippled Undertaker. We had CM Punk cash in immediately on Jeff Hardy. You know, all that stuff. It's just, and now we get, this person's cashing in on a fully healthy human being, and they lost.
Or Drew getting in and cashing in 20 minutes later.
Well,
that was last year's winner.
The night the Shield all held the belt, that's a clever way to do it, and it stays a storyline for years. You know, but you just have to make it actually important, not something where you're like, well, they can cash in and they might lose. Like, this should be one of those, this person is going to hold a belt at some point.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. Unfortunately, the women's Money in the Bank match is going to be all about merchandising because WWE has already shown their hand for where this one is going. You have Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, Julia, Naomi, Stephanie Vicar, and your future women's Money in the Bank winner, Rhea Ripley, because they are going to plaster Mommy in the Bank everywhere.
Yeesh.
Over everything. The same thing they did with Tiffy, the same
Michael
thing they
Cole
did with Damien.
said that 40 bajillion times. That's going to be t-shirts. That's going to be... She's going to get, I guarantee you, she's going to get a fucking goth case because Tiffany Stratton's was pink. Get ready. She's going to make so much fucking money, and it's not even going to be funny. She's going to hold on to it for a full fucking year just based off of how much money she's going to make off these merch sales. And you know what? More power to Rhea Ripley, damn it.
This would be that perfect time to do the swerve and have Alexa win, because you haven't done shit with her since. You're doing some weird storyline with her and Charlotte, even though Charlotte's just in catering right now.
Keep it that way.
Yeah. But it's like, okay, cool. Put it on her then. Have her win it. have her win the briefcase, make it all Alexa Blissy, and then make it so she can cash in down the road somewhere and actually make her relevant again like she should be. Because the crowd's into her, just for some reason, the brass isn't.
I believe I did at one point bring this up to Era, because as of now, I'm still very firmly in the belief that Rhea Ripley is going to win. I think Rhea and Seth are the two like front runner favorites this year.
Which is awful.
My belief with Rhea, and one that would make me okay with it. I know Era's, I think I told him, Mike, I would like to see your opinion. Rhea wins. However, she does not cash in on any of the women. She cashes in on like the men's intercontinental champion, i.e. Dirty Dom. It's been tied in with the video game now. They're trying to do, more like this intergender stuff. Me personally, that would be the only way this goes down where I'm actively like okay with it.
Listen,
Yeah,
I know.
I think that would be a
Triple
good
H
story for it.
I know he still feels guilty about China and whatnot. Do we need a China storyline in 2025?
Absolutely
Probably not.
Yes, we do. Because Dominic does everything that Eddie did. Rhea does everything that China did.
Not always a great thing. And let's also be 100% honest. Cashing in the Money in the Bank on a mid-card title is the biggest waste of fucking time in WWE history. They had Theory do it, and it was terrible. If they have Rhea Ripley do it, it's also going to be a waste of time. Cool, it makes one storyline. We get a cheap pop, and then she loses. Hooray.
Fair enough. Just
use it on a big fucking belt like an adult.
Fair enough.
Damn. Shit, I like it.
Listen, we have been gone for 2 weeks, and in 2 weeks, TKO has been shitting the bed in WWE left and right. I am so fucking mad right now that they're taking Triple H's WWE, and it's going down the drain. Sorry, I don't know if they're getting ready to sell WWE. I don't know what they're planning on doing, but fuck is it terrible right now.
What about it? Tell me what you don't like. Get hyped. Get aggravated. Tell me something, Mike. Get into it.
All the money, clearly. It's about fucking money right now. It's not about entertainment. It's not about bringing joy. There hasn't been joy in the last few fucking episodes. Shit, even the pay-per-views are bad. Saturday night's main event was garbage. NXT was okay. TNA is the only good part they have right now, but I mean, TNA is TNA, so
And even still, they're going to try to shoehorn their people in and take the TNA title off of Joe Hendry.
Well, exactly. And so now we have Joe Hendry doing nothing. Trick, who puts an okay promo, is now in charge of basically 2 promotions. Great. And just TKO, man, it's just so fucking useless right now. Clearly, I don't know if they made a bet and they lost somewhere or what's happening. For fuck's sake, they're ruining WWE, and I hate it. I hate it so much.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for Money in the Bank?
2.
Oh, Jesus. You mean to tell me you're not excited for the Slim Jim table spot with all of the advertisements and logos plastered everywhere?
How many? All right, here's a question, and I want to see who gets closest to being right.
Yeah.
How many tables are they going to bring out at Money in the Bank to show that stupid fucking logo?
At least 3. At least 3.
Over
3. Damn.
Yeah, I was thinking like 5 or 6.
Well, you gotta remember that this next match is going to be absolutely filled with sponsorship. Slim Jim will 100% be involved in this. With 4 letters, 1 word, too much money. Because Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso will be going up against John Cena and the prime contract boy himself, Logan Paul. We're going to have tons of ads throughout this match, dog. This is the match that you want to sponsor. Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso and John Cena and Logan Paul. Fuck yeah, dude. There's going to be Slim Jim tables. There's going to be Prime bottles. There's going to be it's going to be sponsored by fucking Dude Wipes and fucking Doom and fucking Fortnite.
And
this match is going to give me cancer.
The one glowing positive thing that I can say about this is it, and I'm certain we all can agree. I am so so glad they did not try to shoehorn in whatever saying you want to use here. I'm so glad they decided not to use and advertise Travis Scott as a 6-on-6 type of bullshit, you know? Because I know during Saturday night's main event, you both were trying to talk me off the ledge because I'm like, fuck, here it goes. Is the Travis Scott bullshit that I was thinking about. He's like, Jackal, are you watching it? Are you watching? No. Okay, it's not that. Oh, thank God. So that's the only nice thing that I can say about this right now. Because other than that, I feel like this is, again, I know they added more. This is a waste of a Cena spot. This is a waste of a Cody spot. This is just the biggest nothing burger of a match.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think any character work is going to come out of this. I don't think anything positive is going to come out of this, except TKO's going, man, we got all the clickable names in one match right now. So that means we're going to charge sponsorship out the ass. There's going to be maybe 10 minutes of wrestling and 40 minutes of commercials. Book it now. Give me the bad guys to win. And then that's not even going to be the main event. I think the men's main event closes and the bad Cena and Logan are going to win for sure.
This, I feel like, unfortunately, is setting up for Cody to go after the World Heavyweight Championship by turning heel, because apparently that was Triple H's original plan, was for Cody to turn heel. Or
remember, this isn't his WWE.
I know, that's why I'm saying, or setting up in TKO business mind, one of your most well-sponsored matches ever in John Cena's retirement tour, Logan Paul versus John Cena for the WWE Undisputed Championship. So I don't know who turns on who, but I feel like somebody is getting turned on in this match. So don't be surprised when it happens.
Oh, God, I love it when I'm right. I love it when I'm right because I know I fucking said it's going to be Cena and Paul at Blood Money because the little prince of Saudi Arabia has his kids and his kids fucking love Logan Paul. So when they go back to Saudi, it's going to be Cena and Paul. I can feel it.
Hold on. Two things. They might wrestle each other eventually, and I won't even call it wrestling because it'll probably look real bad. Let's be honest. But yeah, they already talked about they wanted to do Cody heel. Now they can't because Cena is a bad guy, and TKO is like, no, Cody makes us money. He's a good guy. So I think he stays a good guy. I wish I would be wrong because heel Cody is so good. He's so fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
Cena said to Jay face-to-face backstage, you know, what better way to ruin wrestling than me leave with the belt, and when it happens, the other belt be on a YouTuber. So I think that's the other option, is that we get that shit again and they try and keep on pushing Logan towards the other belt. I hope not. I hope that doesn't happen. I hope we do get the nothing burger of a Cena Paul and it leads to just another John Cena win for no reason. Because if they ever put a main belt on Logan Paul, I will break my TV in half over my own head.
Yeah, that's fair. That's all you got. That's all you got to say about this one. Goddamn.
Yeah.
Oh, my head hurts.
There's not a lot of, again, there's just not a lot of story in this one. It's all for the sponsorship money. But there is some story in the last match on the Money in the Bank card. It is the last chance for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. If Becky Lynch loses, she can no longer challenge for the title as long as Lyra Valkyria is the champion. And if Lyra loses, she will be forced to raise Becky Lynch's hand and acknowledge Becky Lynch as the better woman. That's how WWE is actually advertising this match.
Yeah. Becky's win thing is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Which means it's going to happen.
My hand. Well, see, I hope it happens the other way with like a Bayley return or something, and then we just get, and I mean this in the realest way, a Becky full fucking crash out. Not like where she's yelling and sounds Irish. I mean, just going around beating.
How do you want her to sound?
Absolute...
She's Irish, dog.
Yeah, but I mean, you know what I mean. When she just comes out and says stupid shit for no reason, and you're like, okay, cool. I want her to not talk, just go around beating everybody's ass. I want Becky unhinged. I want the man. That's what I want. I want her to come back because Becky is just livid that she lost and can't challenge for that belt. If she's going to lose, that's what I want to have happen.
It'll sell more tickets for Evolution, that's for sure. Just to see what Becky's able to do for then, because I think Evolution has been confirmed and announced at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this ends at Evolution because this is really the only women's story that they've been building that doesn't involve a main title right now. So
Or the Judgment Day.
Or the Judgment Day. I think this finishes at Evolution, and the only way to get to Evolution is if Becky Lynch wins. So that is going to be my pick for this one.
Yeah,
I'm going to get her hand raised.
Shit, I just thought of something else, too.
With this match, all I think about is just the stakes of one versus the stakes of the other. You know? I mean, obviously, once Lyra loses, then Becky can challenge for the title again. Sure. Easy out.
Hey,
but, yeah?
What's up, Mike?
You watch AEW?
Yeah.
You remember when they did this exact storyline in AEW, but with Eddie Kingston, I think, and Jericho?
Yeah.
You think they're just going to do that shit?
Oh, is this a good storyline or a bad storyline you're talking about?
It's a whatever storyline.
It's a whatever one.
It's a storyline that basically had zero stakes because of it.
Oh, because very similar to this.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad.
I was just thinking about that. I was like, wow, this does seem really, really familiar. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it just feels like, why would you have Becky Lynch lose?
Exactly. Like, Lyra's shown that Lyra can beat her. It sounds like this whole PLE is going to be really extreme from top to bottom, so I think it's going to be, a little dirty finish, and Lyra has already gotten to look good out of it, and Becky gets to carry the title into the Evolution PLE, and then someone gets to turn around and beat Becky Lynch on an all-woman card on the second only ever Evolution.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good way to elevate somebody.
Yeah. And I mean, hopefully, I just hope it's not the main event. I hope one of the Money in the Bank matches is the main event of Money in the Bank. Because currently it's not being advertised that way. We'll see.
Can't wait for another on a clock about 45 minutes to an hour of wrestling on a 4-hour PLE show. Can't wait. I love that people are starting to time these things now of how long commercials go and how long the actual wrestling. That is my favorite.
That's the thing is, again, man, and I know I'm beating the dead horse here. Triple H's WWE, there was more wrestling. Yeah, there were fewer matches, but God, were they good. Not anymore.
Few and far between. Just like it's been few and far between because that's the end of the Money in the Bank card, correct?
Yeah, that's all that's advertised right now. It is only 4 matches that are announced, but Money in the Bank matches are usually longer, so Triple H usually does 5. Will he add another one? Probably not. He didn't add anything during Raw, so
it'll be like a Rumble. The Rumble cards are really short because we know those big marquee matches do usually run longer.
Yeah, and I assume they'll try to pull out every fucking celebrity too, so you have to have at least like 20 minutes set aside for all your 3-second cutaways.
I was gonna say it's been few and far between from having good matches back on the card in the year of our Lord 2025, just like it's been few and far between for the Detroit Lions and looking for a center to hike the ball.
Yeah, hey,
gentlemen.
Hey, I've been in your shoes before.
Yes. Well, hey, if we're looking at this, we
have a couple options at least.
We saw the Eagles have their star center retire. And in the immediate following year afterwards, they were one of the most dominant teams in the league, and they went on to win the Super Bowl that year.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I've been in your shoes before.
That works, because unfortunately, Frank Ragnow from the Detroit Lions has retired from the NFL at the ripe old age of 29.
Damn.
Unfortunately,
he had some issues.
He had essentially a toe on his right foot, his big toe. Basically think of it as like it was the most diseased, like Black Plague, broken, shattered toe you could ever imagine.
Oh,
He essentially, that's what it was like for him walking every day and playing in the NFL where you're getting your constantly feet stepped on by other 300 to 400 pound men. Not fun. Not fun.
yeah.
We called him Frank the Tank for a reason, because legitimately this dude was playing through every injury son, and he came out and said, yeah, I would like to be able to play catch with my children when they're older, so I think it's best for me to unfortunately call it here, which sucks. But thankfully we still have a pretty, I don't know if we're top 5 anymore. I would say the Lions are still in the top 10 for offensive line. We do have a lot of people that could slot in there and get the center position rolling. It's a long way till football season, and a good way to get us through to football season is the video games that come out around this time of year every year. Like College Football 26, like Madden 26, which is being graced by the what the fuck moment of last year. Did that really just happen moment? The Saquon Barkley backwards hurdle.
Yeah, I saw a clip of them like recreating it and interviewing Saquon, and it's funny because like even when they're interviewing him, he's like, yeah, you know, they said that they wanted to like recreate it for a picture, and I didn't realize how crazy it was until they actually started like hooking me up to wires and harnesses. And like he just didn't realize how fucking unrealistic it was what he did, that they needed a fucking Hollywood stunt rig like Spider-Man fucking, you know, wire work to recreate that shit.
They're going, listen, we don't have people that can do what you do, so help.
We're gonna do it this way.
Like, we need special effects.
And the reward for him getting on the cover as well is a nice Southside Philly joint that's been remodeled to be called Steakwans.
Steakwans, yeah. They put a bunch of banners over Geno's. Geno's is it's like the original. Well, is it Pat's or Geno's? Which one's the original? They're right across the street from each other, so that's the joke. But Geno's is one of the ones that claims to be like the original Philly cheesesteak. So yeah, they put a bunch of banners over it and shit, and Saquon was making some cheesesteaks. That's how you celebrate in Philly, you know?
I will leave this here because I do think our time together is coming to a close this week. It'll be very interesting to see, after back-to-back years of seeing how running backs who grace the Madden cover perform afterwards, and also the offensive player of the year performing on the Madden cover the year afterwards. We'll see how it goes.
Listen, we talked about it last time. I think that he's going to break the curse. He's going to break the cover curse. We're good. We're good.
Yeah,
I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. It's Saquon. I'm not worried. Not worried.
No. Yeah, man, you still got a good line. You got your coach. You got your offense. You pieced your defense back together.
We just got to get to the playoffs this year. That's all we got to do. If we get to the playoffs, I'm fine. We don't need to go back to back. That's not going to happen. We have a hard schedule. If we can get to the playoffs, I'll be happy.
And now that we're on the air for the first time after this whole went down, a little gentleman's handshake real quick. Yeah, you're welcome. We're the only team that isn't bitch made on your whole schedule.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, the Lions were the only team that we were going up against this year that voted to keep the tush push. So let this be known. Respect to the Lions. I love that even like the fucking Packers voted to ban the tush push, and it's like, bitch, you use the tush push too. Yeah. Like
it was their whole idea to present it to the board of people on the NFL anyway.
Yeah,
of course that one fucking makes sense.
All right, can we just be done with the tush push stuff now? Can we just? It's just the play that they're gonna do better than you. Just suck it up. Get stronger, I guess.
Don't worry.
I don't know.
Somebody will complain about it next year, and it'll be an issue.
Yeah, it's season after season. We're gonna ban it. And then it never dies. And then it's always either ban it or don't. Just fucking make up your mind.
Let's get rid of it at that point, you know? Oh, well.
Honestly, who cares? Get rid of it. Fuck it. Who gives a shit?
I don't want it anymore. Get it out of here. I am happy with that. Did we miss anything? Anything we need to...
No, we we got WWE's ridiculously overbooked weekend. We got the bit of football news that was out there. We went over the stuff that happened before.
Recap the stuff we miss.
Yeah, I think we're good. I'm gonna be honest. I'm just so fucking wiped out after Colossal Con that I think I just want to go to sleep. So I'm just gonna lay down on the floor right here, and I'm just gonna lay down on my back conveniently, and I'm just gonna.
Weird.
Glad he brought the microphone down with him. Oh, he's honk shoeing. Well,
why didn't he just go to bed? I don't understand.
I don't get it. Well, hurry up and you know what? You've always counted for me. I guess you can pin him now.
Yeah, shh.
No, you don't got to be quiet. He's a heavy sleeper.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, then
I figured that out the hard way.
Just get down.
Got that. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3. Ring that bell.
All right.
And if you enjoyed this episode of the 3 Counted Out podcast, make sure you hit that 5 stars over on Spotify. Hit that like button over on YouTube. Put in the comments wherever you listen to your podcast, anything you feel like talking to us about. If you do, I, Mike, or Era will read it on air, and we can have a conversation about it. Follow us on Patreon, 5 stars on Patreon. Subscribe to us on YouTube. You can find the 3 Counted Out podcast. Did I say Patreon?
You made him wake up.
We're making money?
The 3 Counted Out Patreon coming soon, so you can see all the sexy footage from the Colossal Con weekend.
Do people want a Patreon?
I have no idea. I think I meant to say Spotify, but instead I said Patreon. Subscribe to us on the YouTubes. Follow us on Spotify. Maybe Patreon in the future. And if you enjoyed the works I did, you can find me over at youtube.com/JackalJoker or twitch.tv/JackalJoker.
What about you, Era?
You can find me over at twitch.tv/EraV1 or youtube.com/EraV1music. And there's going to be new music coming out by the end of the month if I don't get sued with the samples.
Ooh, nobody likes a good suing.
We'll see if Nintendo lets it happen.
If you like me, just keep listening to this. Download it, make it your life. Make a shrine to us. That's what I want.
Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be cool.
Yeah, nice little 3 Counting Out shrine. If you don't like me, that's okay. I'm going to be the crazy guy outside of the arena yelling incoherent nonsense.
Oh my god, that's why he looks familiar. Mike's actually Psycho Clown or whatever his name was. Or is Mike Mr. Reptile?
Mr. Iguana.
Oh, Mr. Iguana, that too. What did I call him?
Mr. Reptile. Oh god, this has been so scuffed.
We're getting the ring rust off. Literally, it's been fucking 3 weeks since we've done one. God damn, dude. Holy schmoly. I said I wasn't gonna drink anymore, but I certainly want to drink after this. For good lord, I have a headache. Fucking